Right, what's going on, my friends? So, you clicked on this video because you're looking how to solve skinny fat at home, and I understand. Whether I was in the same situation or not, I personally believe I was a bit skinny fat in the past. A lot of people told me that, I wasn't skinny fat and I was just skinny. Everyone's got different expectations with their physique. So, I don't know. You can say I used to be skinny fat. You can say maybe I wasn't. All I would say is that I was definitely fluffy, all right? I wasn't exactly muscular and I did have a bit of excess fat, so I was a bit fluffy at the time. So really, in order to fix skinny fat, obviously we got to understand what skinny fat really is. And I mean, there's a load of definitions you can see on Google and in other YouTube videos, but really from, what I've seen is really it's a state of, obviously, we don't have enough muscle mass that we'd like, but we've also got more excess fat than we want. So obviously it's a case of like, we want more muscle and less fat. So obviously it's a case of like, instead of just a simple, if someone's skinny and wants to gain weight, or someone's overweight and wants to lose weight, obviously we're kind of in that middle ground, right? And we don't really know whether we want to build muscle, lose fat, or do both. We got no idea what to do, right? We don't know what to do or what we actually really want. So the problem I had in the past, right, when I wanted to build a bit of muscle and also I just had more excess fat than I wanted, around my midsection in particular, is really I thought, right, I've got to lose weight, right? I've got to lose weight, got to, restrict the calories, be in a calorie deficit so I can lose fat. And so even though obviously I lost weight, I didn't actually necessarily look bigger, right? Because obviously I didn't really have enough muscle mass in my frame to look good at a lower body fat percentage, right? As I said, in fact, I actually looked skinnier when I actually lost weight because, again, I just didn't have enough muscle mass. So that's what the solution was, right? The solution really was to build more muscle and strength, so not only actually look better, so I actually looked leaner at a lower body fat percentage, because when I had less body fat, right, I'd taken the time to build a lean muscle mass, so I actually looked good at a low body fat percentage, right? And so in this video right now, I'm going to go through 5 areas we need to address and really take care of if we want to actually, fix skinny fat at home. And again, these are the 5 areas that I have shown with my clients, and obviously, as you may have seen from some of their testimonials, they've actually blown up, right, by actually eating more calories than they think. Because I think, if we are in the situation, then in most cases we think we've got to eat a lot less to achieve our goals, when really, like with some of these clients who have transformed their physique while working with me, some of them have literally eaten like double the amount of what they were eating before, and obviously as a result they look a lot better. So the first point we're going to cover is nutrition. All right, now nutrition depends on several factors, right? And the main factor is going to be age, right? Because obviously, let's say I have a client who is in their early 20s or even in their teens, right? And they've got a very high metabolism and they haven't really got that much excess fat, right? They actually just want to focus more on building strength and muscle without getting tubby, right? And so obviously these types of people obviously are going to have to eat a lot more compared to, let's say, a middle-aged individual who has a very low metabolism and are at a higher body fat percentage because they've got more excess fat, and so they actually want to focus more on losing fat, if anything, right? Again, 2 different completely individuals with 2 completely different goals. Obviously it wouldn't make sense in this video to give you a one-way solution, right? Because everyone's different. So in terms of, the main question being how many calories should I eat a day, I think the best recommendation I can give, right, is really, first of all, right, if we want to fix skinny fat, we got to know what we're eating. All right, so I'd say right now, if you haven't already, download MyFitnessPal in the App Store, set yourself up with an account and just track your foods. You don't have to be completely perfect, weigh everything to the absolute gram, because trust me, it'll drive you nuts. Just get a good feeling of what you're eating, right? And I would encourage you to weigh yourself first thing every morning, record it every day, and then assess, right, at the end of the week, you want to get a weekly average of your weight. And then when you actually compare that compared to like 2 to 3 weeks and such, then you'll see whether your weight is staying the same, your weight is going up, or your weight is going down. So depending on your goals, right, whether you're someone who actually primarily wants to build lean muscle and strength compared to someone who wants to build a bit of muscle but more so actually lose a lot of stubborn fat they may have around their midsection in particular, let's say, obviously then you can assess whether you can keep your calories the same, increase them, decrease them, right? And now regarding macronutrients, right, I think obviously carbohydrates and fats depends from person to person. I'd say the main thing we've got to address is protein, because I think a reason why a lot of people end up in a skinny fat position, right, is because obviously their food intake's kind of a bit all over the place, right? A lot of people, they may eat a lot of garbage and like excess like processed foods that don't really serve their body very well in a healthy way. And with that, obviously those foods are typically very low in protein, right? So obviously they're eating, you know, these calories that are leading to this excess fat, but they're also eating a very low amount of protein, which obviously isn't going to, you know, lead to very good muscle gains, right? So obviously we got to eat more protein. Obviously for a lot of people in this spot, you need to eat more protein than you think. And obviously when you eat right and eat healthy, it's much easier than you think, right? And I'd say a good rule of thumb, I found what's worked for me and clients, and it's really a good principle with fitness as a whole, it's just 0.8 to 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight, right? So if you take, let's just keep math simple. All right, let's keep math simple. I used to say 150 pounds because I was 150 pounds, whereas now I'm not 150 pounds, I'm like over 155, right? Well, let's just, actually, I've got a phone right now, right? Let's do it, 155, all right? Times 0.8, right? I would need to eat 124 grams to 155 grams of protein per day, right? As a good rule of thumb, right? That's my best recommendation with protein. And as I said, if you eat foods, the healthy foods that best fuel your body, you're really actually not going to need as much like meat and source of protein to actually get in your protein directly, because you'll be getting in plenty of protein elsewhere, right? So with that said, obviously don't neglect this. This is very important, right? You can have everything in check, but if you don't have enough protein in your diet, right, you're not going to be fueling your body and your muscles with the amino acids it needs to actually grow, right? So obviously if your goal is to mainly build muscle or lose fat, at the end of the day, you need muscle mass to look good shirtless, right? So obviously you need to eat enough protein in order to make that possible, right? And so obviously on the protein side of things, obviously that ties in to training, right? And obviously we know with training, we need to focus on progressive overload, because obviously we really need to get stronger in order to build muscle, right? And I think the main thing with this as well is that we need to apply intensity to our workouts, right? I found it depends from person to person, but someone who, let's say, is younger, who wants to build some muscle mass, obviously has that work ethic and drive. Whereas someone who's, let's say, a middle-aged individual who wants to maybe, let's say, tone up, right? And, you know, doesn't want to focus on, you know, getting huge like the Hulk. They feel that they don't need to go so hard in the workout so they don't get so big. Now, obviously, that's not the case, right? You're not going to, you know, end up looking like the Hulk, right? If you don't train that way. But really, if you want to build lean muscle, oh my days. If you want to build lean muscle, right, regardless of your goal, right, you need intensity, right? You need to apply intensity to your workouts to get stronger, because that is how you're going to look good and, you know, actually look good, as I said, at a low body fat percentage. So with that said, I do actually explain this in more detail in a card up here, one of my recent videos on how to actually build muscle at home. So you can check that out if that tickles your fancy. Right, now let's talk about cardio, the third area, right? And with cardio, we're talking more so about managing your metabolism and your TDEE, which basically means total daily energy expenditure, which basically means how many calories you burn a day. Now again, this depends, right? Every single answer depends, because the biggest factor, as I said, is age, because obviously depending on our age, our metabolism is going to differ, right? Like I said, I mean, let's say I have a client who's a teenager or early 20s, right? Their metabolism is sky high, right? And they want to focus more on building lean muscle and strength. Then obviously I would try and cut back a bit on the cardio, right? Because obviously, you know, if they absolutely trash themselves with cardio workouts and that, obviously that's going to impact their recovery to actually get stronger in their main workouts, right? Which is what's most important. So I think with that case, if your metabolism's high, and I found with guys who are, let's say, skinny fat, and they're on the young side and they've got a high metabolism, and I get them to eat healthy, and obviously if they do a ton of cardio and they got to eat even more calories in the day, right, to make, you know, the energy balance, it's going to be harder for them. Whereas obviously if you don't do too much cardio, then obviously it's going to be easy to hit the calorie goals you need to actually, you know, build strength and muscle in the way you want, right? Whereas on the flip side, right, let's say a middle-aged individual who has a desk job and is very inactive, obviously, you know, if they're 40, 50, obviously they're not going to have the same rate of metabolism as they were when they're 20, right? So obviously these types of people are going to burn far fewer calories in a day, so as a result they need far fewer calories as a whole, right? And so I'd say, if anything, cardio can actually help in that case to actually amp up your metabolism, because you're going to burn more calories as a whole. Now, I don't think you need to exhaust yourself with HIIT workouts and cardio workouts on a rest day, because that's really not going to help, right? I really think my best rule of thumb I give to all clients is really, you know, cardio is personal preference, right? Do what you want. You know, I usually get clients, as I said, to, you know, partake in an active hobby that, you know, is low intensity, keeps them active and gets the heart rate up a little. Let's say 2 to 3 times a week, right? Now, some clients who want to swim, some clients who like to hike, some clients who like to jump rope, and some clients who maybe do some sports and just enjoy themselves, right? You don't have to, you know, walk on a treadmill for an hour because you feel you have to do cardio. Just get the body moving in a way in which, you know, feels good and doesn't knack you out, right? That way, you know, you can actually get the aerobic and endurance benefits cardio provides without battering your recovery to the point where you can't actually recover from your workouts. Because obviously, if you're not fully recovered for your strength workouts, then you're actually going to be able to, you know, get stronger to help support muscle growth and fat loss, depending on your goals, right? Now, with that said, I forgot to mention, as I mentioned jump rope, right? I have actually released a jump rope follow along routine, right, last week on this YouTube channel, so make sure to check out the card up here if you fancy to do a follow along jump rope routine with me. Now, area number 4, right? Did some Spanish and GCSEs, only got a C, but that's irrelevant, right? Lifestyle habits, right? Small things make the big things. Small things make the damn big things, my friend. Now, sleep, 7 to 8 hours night sleep. Right, really the key with lifestyle habits, right, is that we want to keep cortisol levels, which is the human stress hormone, as low as possible, and we will keep the human growth hormone, i.e. testosterone, as high as possible. So obviously, if we have testosterone high, that's going to support muscle growth and fat loss, and keeping cortisol levels low is going to help us, you know, minimize any muscle breakdown, and that can cause a lot of stress and impact our progress, right? So obviously sleep is going to help with testosterone and reduce cortisol, right? Now, stress, again, we want to keep stress low and keep the testosterone high. So, you know, if you know, are so busy and don't know where to find time to work out and such, obviously, you know, plan out your week, plan out your day in order to, you know, get your priorities right and you know, not be so stressed out. You know, you can meditate, journal, get your thoughts out your head. So again, keep stress low and help, you know, support your fitness progress without, you know, cortisol and stress getting in the way. And water intake. Now, oh my word, I've probably said this about like 5,000 times on this YouTube channel. My good rule of thumb with water, right, is you want to get your body weight in pounds divided by 2, add 15. That's a good rule of thumb. Usually, for most people, that's the minimum you should be drinking in ounces per day as an active individual. So again, if, let's say myself, I'm just over 155 pounds right now, but I'm going to say 155 pounds now because maths, right? Now, 155 pounds, right, divided by 2, 77.5, add 15. 92.5 ounces is the minimum I should be drinking per day. Now, I'm a very active individual, so I drink a lot more than that. But yeah, or, you know, if you just want to keep maths even simpler, you can actually just throw maths out the equation and just, you know, follow the guideline of a gallon a day keeps the doctors away. That works as well. Now, number 5, cinco, as we'd say in Spanish. I've got no Spanish in me, but 5, right? Realistic timeframes and looking at the bigger picture, right? I think obviously with body recomposition and fixing skinny fat, it takes more time, right? It's not as simple as, you know, losing weight if you're overweight and losing fat, right? Or gaining weight if you're very skinny, underweight and want to gain weight, right? Obviously, if we're in that middle ground, it takes more time to, you know, really, you know, fix the problem of not having enough muscle and having more fat than we want, right? It takes time to, you know, fix the whole thing, right? And as I said, for some clients, I've seen them completely blow up and transform their physique in 12 weeks. And really, it's just been a case of just eating at maintenance calories and addressing the habits they need to address and removing the habits that don't support their goals. And as a result, you know, they built lean muscle and strength, and obviously they look a lot leaner and defined as a result. Whereas, you know, let's say I have a client who takes a bit more time and, you know, they start at a high body fat percentage and they've got more excess fat. Let's say they've got a gut, like some stubborn fat, and they really don't have a lot of muscle, right? We know that if we strip off the excess fat straight away, they're not going to look that great shirtless because they've got no muscle mass to support it, right? And so that's where I take them through, let's say, you know, 12 weeks of a lean gaining phase, right? Where we focus on, you know, building strength and muscle without, you know, gaining like fat and such. And then after that, we may do a shortcut where we strip off the fat. So when we actually have them at a low body fat percentage, they actually look freaking awesome and, you know, lean, defined, muscular, and look and feel absolutely awesome, which is all about, right? It's not just a case of looking good, it's feeling good as well. I mean, really at the end of the day, you know, everything worthy in life takes time, right? You've got to have patience and, you know, dedicate the time to your goals. You know, just because, you know, you're in a state where it may initially be harder and not so simple to achieve your goal, obviously, you know, that should really only just motivate you to work harder, right? Because if you have a high work ethic and drive to get your goals, you're actually going to make more progress than, you know, the people who have simpler processes but actually have a much lower work ethic, right? Again, you just got to put in the work, my friend, apply the principles, and the results are going to come to you, right? So yeah, I believe that's everything covered. And if you yourself, you're watching this video, you know, regardless of where you're at, your age, your genetics, your shoe size, anything, right? If you would like some help with fixing skinny fat at home and you want to build muscle and lose fat and really build the body you've always wanted without having to go to an overcrowded gym, right? With bodyweight and calisthenics based home workouts, then of course I do provide online coaching that helps you support and achieve exactly that, which you can check out in the first link in the description below, or even link my website here at the bottom of the screen, www.jgcalisthenics.co.uk. And yeah, you can apply for a free coach call with me. You can chat about your goals, what excites you, what motivates you. Let me know that you came from this video, that'd be awesome. And yeah, we can see if we'd be a great fit to work together to really, you know, create the permanent health change you desire, right? So with that said, if you watch this video and if you got to the end of this video, you're pretty awesome, right? First of all, you're pretty awesome, right? And you know, if you're an awesome person and you like this video, you'd actually be even more awesome, right? If you actually give this video a cheeky thumbs up. Comment down below. What I'd love to know is what you found most helpful about this video. I'd love to know, because honestly, the more I know about what supports you more, the more I can multiply those things that help you to help you get even greater results in future content, right? So, I mean, if you are watching this video and you haven't subscribed yet, what are you doing? What are you actually doing, my friend, right? Subscribe to the channel now, turn on post notifications, and I won't let you down, my friend, right? You can join the Gains Straight Express, this rapidly growing community on YouTube, and you know, we can stay in touch every Monday and Thursday where I upload new videos every, as I said, Monday and Thursday, 7 p.m. GMT, and you won't be disappointed, my friend, all right? I'll help you build muscle, lose fat, and transform your physique with calisthenics home workouts, right? Not gonna want to miss out. I want to see you here on the Gains Train, all right? Let's go, all right? Now, that's everything covered. That is everything covered. I'm pretty sure that's everything covered. Let me check my phone notes. That is everything covered. So yeah, as I said, thank you for watching. Keep moving forward, and I'll see you in the next